Messed up plumbing. Really? Come on, I've seen plumbing done by plumbers that really kind of crazy repairs. Today we're going to talk about some crazy plumbing things that we found under houses, in walls, and different things like that. But I'm going to also show you some of the reasons that we have to make repairs under houses. Getting under houses is not always the easy part, but once you're there, either getting water out of a water line or having to deal with cast iron pipe while it still drips, while you're in there digging or trying to get in a position to chip out concrete isn't always fun. Sometimes it's just a muddy mess. So I want to know, what is your most messed up plumbing you've ever seen? If it's not here, if it's somewhere else, do me a favor, get a video of it, get a picture of it, and go over to my subreddit. I'll give it to you again later, but it's Roger Wakefield Post. Go to the subreddit, share your pictures and videos over there. We want to see what you got. Now, all of this is stuff that we found or stuff that we've seen on the jobs. So do me a favor, let me know at the end of this, what is your favorite thing? The white cockroach, the leaking water line, or the twisted water line? Maybe it's the rubber hose repair. Let's check them out. Okay, so guys, here I'm gonna get into a leaking pipe. As you can see, we did a leak detection on the job. We had the dig crew come under there, dig it out. This is a water line. Now, we've got the pressure kind of turned off right now, but this is still coming out. But can you imagine how long this has been doing this? And when the house is under full pressure, what's it really doing? These things make a lot of noise, but these also leak a lot of water. Now, this is caused by impurities in the copper pipe. So as we go through the house, we listen to angle stops, we shut off valves, we isolate the hot from the cold. We do a lot of different things. Then what we do, we end up inducing pressure into the line that we know is leaking, whether it's hot or cold. Induce air in there, that way we can create that bubbling noise, that jet engine, to help us find what we're looking for. As you can see, I think this one here, we were about 35 feet up under a house, the shortest route to get to it. The thing about it though, we don't have to jackhammer through the floor like this. What we can do is chip out the concrete right here, get a coupling on there, replace that piece of copper pipe, seal floss everything up, test it while it's still open, and we're good to go. Okay, so this is me actually under a house right here in Richardson. We did isolation. We knew that this was leaking. Now, the bad thing is there's a lot of leaks in here, but this is one that we had to go back and do more because now we've got to chip out concrete above it. If you look at the hub here, it's actually encased in concrete. This is water coming out because there's a drain running up there. And I don't know if it's a condensate drain or what it is, but something's running continuously because this line is also stopped up. Now, we've tried unclogging it. The line is literally collapsing. It's cracked. We have run into so many different issues here, but this is the one that once we got up under there, we realized we're gonna have to chip out the concrete around it in order to get that cast iron hub out. So hopefully we can tie on to the piece of cast iron fitting that's sticking out of the concrete into this hub. And I'll tell you what, it's gonna be a lot of fun, but if we can chip it out and get it all done right, we'll be okay. Really, all we're looking for is a good piece of cast iron pipe there to tie on to. We don't want to tie on to anything that looks like it's rusted, looks like it's corroding or falling apart. So we'll go in until we can get some good cast iron, tie onto it. If we can't find that, then we have to chip out more concrete and actually put a new piece of PVC through the slab. Now, here's one of my favorites. This little buddy hang out with us most of the day. He actually came out as soon as I climbed under, hung out right there. He was actually getting a drink of water when I got up in there, and he just kind of hung out and watched us work for a while. Now, this shows you where the leak is right there. Up there where he crawled, he's up where we need to chip out concrete because we've got to chip the concrete around the top of that hub. That way we can tie everything back together. So as you see, we get to spend a lot of time under slabs. Between the water line and the cast iron, these are problems that they're just crazy plumbing problems, and they're things that happen. I want to show you some things that we actually find out in the field. This is actually a repair that was supposedly made by a plumber. What this is a stainless steel band around a piece of copper pipe with a piece of rubber hose on it. Now, I gotta tell you, that's really not a legal repair. And if you're a plumber and you think it is, we definitely should talk. I guess if it's a handyman and he doesn't know how to spell plumbing, it's probably an okay thing then. But that is not a repair that you want done under your house. And yes, this did come out of somebody's house. And this is an old trap primer. And I gotta tell you, I've ran into quite a bit of these, but the thing about them is, man, when they're this old, it's probably time to change them. What happens is they get stuck in here and these tend to run a lot. If you've got a very high water bill and you've got old trap primers like this, and this is one of my favorites, and really it's not. But I mean, look at this twisted line. This was literally on somebody's hot water supply line to a bathtub. And they wondered why they couldn't really get good flow on their hot water out of it. You can tell this has been in the ground like this. This was not anything that the plumber did trying to fix something. This is how it came up. It looks like whoever was working on it, maybe in the tub and shower box, something like that, it looks like the copper wasn't right where they wanted it. So they just kind of bent it around and made it work. And I got to tell you, it worked. They got it where they wanted it, but here's the thing. There's a big restriction there. When you blow on this, you can tell air's coming through, but it's not a lot. Now imagine how much water could come through this when you're in there trying to get a good hot shower. It's not gonna do you that good. So anyway, you've seen some crazy videos. You've seen the things that we get to deal with all the time. And you actually have got to see 3 bad things that supposedly plumbers have installed in houses or made these repairs. Anyway, trap primers, remember, they do have to be replaced when they run. Twisted water lines don't get a lot of water through them. And a rubber hose and a hose clamp is not a legal plumbing repair. Let me know what you think and what was your biggest mistake here? What was your biggest problem? Do you like climbing around with white cockroaches or playing with leaking water lines? Anyway, it's all fun for you. Messed up plumbing is expensive. The reason being, normally in a case where we're involved, it's under a slab, it's 30 to 60 feet up under a house. It can be very, very expensive. And things like this bother plumbers. I gotta tell you, I just don't get it. Think about what you're doing and how you're installing it. Now, if you're a plumber and you've got some pictures or video of some really jacked up plumbing that you've seen, because I know if you're watching this channel, you'd never do it. But if you've got some pictures or videos, please go over to our subreddit, Roger Wakefield Posts, attach your pictures, attach your video, upload it, let us see it, and see what you see when you're there. Anyway, let me know what was your favorite. I love the little white cockroach, but you might have seen something you like better. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. I'll see you in the next video if you don't get flushed.